Okay, in this video we're going to take a look at the approval process. Many finance users, many of our college finance users are approvers, where they need to regularly be going in to check if there is a requisition that needs to be approved in their budget area. Banner does not have an automatic approval notification system. We have been told that ACCS will generate an automated system at some point to send users emails that they have things needing to be approved, but that was not a part of the original package that Banner provided for ACCS. And so what that means is everyone who is responsible for approving spending needs to have some reminders or some daily processes where they go in to look at their requisitions to see if they need to be approved. It's a little bit of an inconvenience, but that's how it is right now, and so let's just be mindful of that. So how do we check for approvals? How do we check to see if there is a requisition out there that needs your approval? Well, you need to navigate to Banner Self-Service. To get to Banner Self-Service, there's a couple of different ways to do that. You can go to bishop.edu, head into our home page, and of course go to the Faculty and Staff tab, and scroll down to Banner Self-Service. When you click on Banner Self-Service, if you have not logged in, you'll get this page where you put your user name and password in. Be sure to change your password if you haven't done that yet, so that other people can't impersonate you. If someone knows your email address and you're still using the normal global user password, then anyone can go in and log in and pretend to be you online. So you put your username and password in and sign into Banner Self-Service, and you're going to get a window that looks like this. You're going to go to the Finance tab. You can go here or here. It takes you to the same place. And if you go to the third link, you can go to My Finance Recs and Journals, Queries, Recs, and Journals. And you're going to get the main Banner Self-Service page. We're looking for the Approvals page, so click on Approve Documents. And you're going to get a screen that looks like this. Now you have three different options on this screen in terms of ways to search. You can search with your user ID, which will automatically populate there. And if you want to check for requisitions where you are the next approver, you would leave this radio button selected and leave your name in and hit Submit. And there are, I can see 3 documents waiting out there for my approval. These are facilities requisitions, I can tell by the user, and I'm going to need to go in and approve those today. But there's a couple other ways to search as well. That search shows what requisitions are ready for my approval, and my and only my approval. But I can also get an idea of how many requisitions are out there that I will need to approve. How many more are coming my way? To do that, I select All Documents User May Approve instead of the next approver, all documents that I could approve. And I'm going to hit Submit. And you can see I've got 17 of them coming my way eventually, but only 3 of them are actually ready for my approval. And Banner tells me that I am the very next approver on these 3, but all these other requisitions are still waiting for other people to approve before I'm up. One of the nice things about Banner is that you can actually see how much is going on out there. If I scroll over, there is a column called History, and if I click on the history for any requisition, I get a better idea of what's actually happening with that requisition. Which approvers are we waiting for? Who has already given their approval? When were those approvals given? When was the requisition originally created? There's lots of information here that you can look at to see what's happening with each of these recs. And there's yet another way to search for requisitions. So if I go to another query, I can go to the user ID and I can actually wipe my name out completely. Now this is going to tell me not just every requisition that's coming to me, but actually every requisition that is out there going to anyone. And I like to click All Documents here as well and hit Submit. And you can see there's actually a couple of requisitions that don't have me on the routing criteria. So there's 19 requisitions total. And some of those 2 that don't include me may be requisitions that I've already approved, and perhaps we're waiting on a dean of finance level approval or president approval on those requisitions. So there's 19 total in the system. Let's choose a requisition that I need to approve and talk about the approval process. So going back to only the requisitions where I'm the next approver, I hit submit, and there's 3 requisitions hanging out there. We've got one for $32, one for $48, and one for $637,000. Let's take the small one for this video. I can click on the requisition number and take a look at the information that's being submitted here, the vendor, and get an idea of what it is that we're actually requesting to buy. This is AE Billings, that stands for Architectural and Engineering. I know that we have a valid contract with Goodwin Mills Kaywood for the Advanced Manufacturing Center, so this is an easy approval for me. But you know what I want to do? I still want to look at the attachment just to make sure that the price that's being requested here actually matches what's on the attachment, or just to see if there's any more information that I need to know about. Now, to get to attachments, I need to move into Banner Document Management. I have a bookmark for Banner Document Management listed here, but if you don't have a bookmark for Banner Document Management, you'll have to navigate back to this screen and choose BDM. Now, if I choose BDM and I'm not connected to the virtual private network, if my VPN is not activated, I'm going to open BDM in a new link. It's not going to let me get into Banner Document Management. Why? Because to get into BDM, if you're off campus like I am today, you have to be connected to a virtual private network. If you're on campus, you can go straight into BDM from a campus computer because it's already on an encrypted network. This is just going to spin and eventually time out. So I'm going to go ahead and stop that because I know it's not going to work. And I'm going to go over to my VPN connection. I'm going to go ahead and connect and get my VPN working. Okay, it's disappeared. That usually means it's working. I like to double check. Yep, I've got my green checkbox. I'm going to close that. And now I'm going to go back here and I'm going to right click on BDM, right click because I want to open this link in a new tab because I don't want to overwrite any of these other tabs. And now it's trying to get me into BDM. It's recognized me. My VPN's working and it lets me in. When I'm in VPN, to look at an attachment, I go to Banner Finance Docs, BF Docs. Click on that and you have these 4 options. In another video, I talked about what it takes to attach a document to a requisition, but here I'm just going to query. I just want to look at this particular requisition. So I hit the query button and I need the document ID. What is the document ID? Well, it's listed right here, right? It's R 4 zeros and 113. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to highlight that and I'm hitting Control C. You can also do a right click and you can copy that text right there. You can go over here and you can put your cursor in and you can hit Control V to drop that in there, or you can do a right click and paste. It's the same thing. And I'm in the query function. I'm searching for this requisition. So when I run and search for that requisition, it takes me straight to the attachment that Director Holder has put in there for me to review and everybody else that's approving it. And so you can see all the billings that are coming through for the architectural and engineering. And this is a bill for $25,257.05. And we've got another bill for $7,739.58. So if I add these together, I'm going to see that it equals this amount that's being requested as a requisition amount. So at this point, I feel comfortable with this requisition. I'm going to go ahead and scroll over and let me show you the history button again. So right now, I can see that Director Holder, Ms. Clanton, and Glenda have approved this one. And it needs still my approval, Dean Gwynn, and the President's approval. So at this point, I will approve this document. And it's going to tell me, okay, here's the information. Is it ready to approve? I'm going to hit yes, and it's approved. And it tells me it has my approval and it's moved on in the queue and it's actually disappeared. But let me just go out and see, did that actually change position? I can take my name out of here. I can go to all documents and I can hit submit, and all the recs out there show up. I'm looking for 113. Here's 113 for $33,000. And if I go over to the history, now you can see I don't have the option to disapprove or approve this rec because it's moved beyond me. And if I look at the history of the approval list, you can see that it's been updated. It logged my approval right there. And now we're just waiting on Dean Gwynn and the president's approval. That, in a nutshell, is approving requisitions.